Greetings ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here to show you how to get the most bang for your buck. Gnomeregan can be a headache, but fret not, Grace for Days to the rescue. Let's go over some of the quests, baby, beginning with the Alliance. Now, Gnomeregan is typically only run by Alliance because of its location, but after you see some of the loot available in this dungeon and the accessibility advantage the Horde has over the Alliance, you may want to run Gnomeregan for every single character you create on the Horde. We'll get to that soon, but for now, there are 6 Alliance, 2 Horde, and 3 neutral quests available in the Gnomeregan. Tons of treasure, experience, and the most important aspect, adventure to be had by all. I'm going to try to present these quests as simple as possible, so beginning in Stormwind, Gyrodromatic Excavationators can be picked up from Shoni the Silent as early as level 20. Then you're going to want to visit Brother Sarno in the Cathedral Square, and he'll send you to Tinkmaster Overspark and Ironforge to pick up the quest Save Techbot's Brain. Now, once you've made it to this area, for the Alliance, the following 4 quests begin in Tinkertown. If you're level 25, you'll be able to pick up all the quests, beginning with High Tinker or Mechatorque. He provides the most desirable quest, the Grand Betrayal. Buddy Clockmort Spanish Span is the source for essential artifacts. Master Mechanic Cast Pipe is dishing out a data rescue. And then for our second quest chain that can't be shared with the rest of your party members, we need to speak to Norn, where he'll then send you to Keranos, kind of on the way to the dungeon, and you'll need to speak to Ozzy Togglevolt. He'll give you a quest to fill up a lead vial with a sample of some green radioactive ooze he's been hearing about through the grapevine over in the west. You're going to need to find an irradiated Trog in the exterior part of Gnomeregan, and then return to that boy Ozzy. Finally, you'll receive your last quest, The Only Cure is More Green Glow. I know it seems like a lot, but if you're going to take the time to put together a group and run through the beast that Gnomeregan is, you may as well receive all the gear, money, experience, and adventure along the way. Now on to the Horde. As I mentioned earlier, this is so easy peasy, you're crazy for not partaking in this journey. As early as level 25, run over to the Valley of Honor in Ogremar and speak to Nog to pick up the quest Rig Wars. As soon as you start this quest, his buddy Sovik is going to get all excited, pop one of those marvelous yellow exclamation marks above his head, and prompt you to go seek out Chief Engineer Scooty in Booty Bay. He'll fix you right up. And boy, let me tell you, that man Sovik cannot tell a lie. Upon arrival, Scooty's gonna tell you to back it up, Terry, and let him do his magic. He's gonna do a little this here and a little bit of that there, and bam, just like that, you now have your very own Goblin Transponder. But Grace for Days, what is a Goblin Transponder? Bada bing, bada boom, welcome to Gnomeregan. You've just entered a no-fly zone, you're ready to run. Now, my adventurer, don't you worry. Remember, there are still 3 neutral quests up for completion upon arriving to the dungeon. First up, we've got an escort quest. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No more jumping on the big cogwheel at the beginning and skipping half of the dungeon. Sorry, groupies. We're clearing the beginning content so we can rescue our boy and good friend of Scooty's, Kenobi Wan Kenobi, baby. Simply clear the trash mobs on the way to him so you can quickly run him back to the entrance and carry on with your dungeon run. Nearby, you're going to find the Gnome Outpost, friendly to the Alliance, but hostile to the Horde. Don't worry, everyone can use the Sparklematic 5200s and insert some grime-encrusted objects dropped off of surrounding mobs in order to receive a crappy consolation prize most of the time, although there are some diamonds in the rough that will be discovered by the few lucky souls who also get some fat experience from this quest. And on to our third and final neutral quest. It begins from an object drop from the Dark Iron Agents, the last mob encountered in this dungeon. This is one part of the dungeon where you may not want to skip over any trash if you can't get one of these grime-encrusted rings to turn up. As soon as one drops, you and your whole group can return to the Sparklematic 5200 and receive a green ring. There is a follow-up quest for both the Horde and the Alliance, but as with all the other dungeon guides, I show you how to obtain all the quests, not complete them. I think this makes for a better experience all the way around. By the way, let's look at those quest rewards. If you labored over the preparation for this dungeon, the Alliance are cashing in on 2 extra pieces of gear when it's all said and done, and of course both factions are getting a juicy blue from their final quest that takes place in Mechgineer Thermoplug's boss room. Speaking of bosses, let's take a look at that loot. Now, if you follow me regularly, you know how much I love the visuals, whether it's in forum post or PowerPoint form. I've got it going on. Note that there are only 5 regular bosses dropping loot, which isn't anything to get super excited about considering how big this dungeon is, although we do have some celebrity items in these lists, such as the Hydra Cane or the Druid fan favorite Manual Crowd Pummeler, but pretty much on par everywhere else. Don't forget our final boss, Mechgineer Mechatorque. He's pretty unique because on top of his normal 4 pieces of gear, he has the additional chance to drop 4 different engineering recipes. I mean, we got some famous people in here, such as the recipe for Gnomish Cloaking Device and the Discombobulator Ray. Definitely some farming potential going on. But wait, there's more! Gnomeregan has its own uber-elite rare loot table exclusive to this dungeon. I'm talking cavern deep treasures, hotshot pilot's gloves, petrol spill leggings. Oh, don't get too close to the fire with those. Gizmotron mega choppers, vibroblades, high-tech super guns, supercharger battle axes. You name it, we got it. Now this is super fun to me. We've got an additional chance to get our hands on some bonus loot. Just another incentive to kill all the trash mobs for the added experience. I know it may take a little longer, but trust me, there's so many ads that people normally skip over, it could just be the mob that would have dropped your next weapon upgrade. I'm not letting that keep me up at night. Real briefly, let's hit those bosses again. First up, the kind of secret, and again, skipped over boss because of that damn wheel. Grubbus is part of a little Trog encounter that takes place first thing in the dungeon. He only has one item on his loot table, some mail gloves that I don't think are guaranteed to drop every time, so it's kind of a crapshoot. The encounter takes a long time, so if no one wants the gloves, no sweat in skipping him. Of course, our next boss, Viscous Fallout, has 3 items on her loot table. Now, I know people get excited about the Hydra Cane, but take a gander at those booties. Damn! Plus 5 healing and damage done by magical spells at level 27. Big upgrade for heals and DPS alike. Hashtag Druid Gang, and a fun little dagger with the chance on hit ability. Electrocutioner 6000 is slinging chain bolts, mega volts, and shocks your way in order to protect his leg, his nuts, and the item holding them both together, his oil rag with a lovely equip ability that restores 3 mana every 5 seconds indefinitely. Nice. Moving on to the Druid fan favorite, Crowd Pummeler 960, only 2 items on his list, really only one desired one, the oh so powerful manual Crowd Pummeler. Can I get some GGs, no rees, one good time, you know your boy's rolling need on the leather boots anyways, it's all good. Now in the last stretch of the dungeon, there's a chance for a rare dwarf to be among the rest of the Dark Iron clan, the Dark Iron Ambassador. Now this guy's badass. He's got flames, vengeance, and 40 years worth of belittling and bullying from his peers because of his funny hairdo in his eyes. The man has mastered the art of fire, summoning a burning servant here, 3 flaming embers there, and fireballs down you and your party members' throats. His gear isn't that impressive, and hitting the level 30 mark, not even making them worthy of twink weapons in the 29 bracket. Overall, very disappointing rare spawn. Last and certainly not least, we've got Mechgineer Thermoplug dropping a shield, a nasty 2-handed axe, my favorite for a little 2005 9-year-old warrior's first ever headpiece in the history of the game, the electromagnetic Gigaflux Reactivator. Ooh! And then the item that keeps everyone on their toes, the charged gear. This ring is dropping random stats, so I'm telling you, everyone's got a chance when it comes to this ring popping up. It always makes my heart skip a beat for a moment, praying it rolled my stats so I can justify my incoming need. That's it for this dungeon guide, everybody. As always, if you'd like a quick reference to this video, I recommend you check out the forum posts I've written for this dungeon. I spend just as much, if not more time on these forum posts as I do the video. They're great. Check them out in the description. And if you want to copy yourself a beautiful interior and exterior map of this dungeon, we've got that in the description as well. Thank you, ClassicWoW.LIVE. If you're still here, drop a like for your boy. It's very much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your day. Grace for days, leaving the building, but not going too far because Classic's right around the corner. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.